This is the Compass Update for March the 6th, 2023. Today is officially known on the Christian calendar as Maundy Thursday. At this point in Holy Week, Jesus has made his triumphal entry. He has cleared the temple. He has begun to prepare with his followers for the Passover meal, a time remembering the big story of God. That God has delivered his chosen people time and time again. And he reminds his followers that God has chosen people to deliver them for a greater purpose, to be God's kingdom here and now, to be representatives made in God's image. And so on Maundy Thursday, on this Passover night, where they would gather together in an upper room and they would take the Last Supper, and the holy sacrament of communion would be enacted, Jesus tells his followers, in essence, a grand metaphor. He says this, that we are to be servants, that God's plan all along were that his kingdom people would serve. And so they came into an upper room, and in their culture, just think about the fact that they were wearing some form of sandal. The roads were dusty. They didn't have paved sidewalks. And so customarily, before you'd come into a room, the house servant would wash a person's feet. Somebody was given the task of washing the feet of people coming in, so that then when they reclined at these low tables together and their feet were right next to one another, that feet would be clean or cleaner. And for whatever reason, that doesn't happen. Whether, again, Jesus made that, said, hey, don't wash the feet, I'm going to use this as an illustration, or maybe the servant was just so busy and it was one of those details that was forgotten. Jesus comes to his disciple and he puts a towel around his waist, and he walks from person to person washing their feet, and he said, here's the deal, my followers will be servants. And so on Maundy Thursday, of course, the question is, are we supposed to wash feet, or was Jesus making a greater kingdom point? And I really believe this. I believe that the totality of Scripture would teach us Jesus was making a bigger point, that his followers are not to be like the rest of the world, expecting to be served and to be washed, but instead to be servants. That we would take on the nature and the attitude, as Philippians 2 would say, of Jesus, being a servant, humbled himself, and we're to do the same thing. And our greatest Christian witness potentially is our willingness to figuratively take up the towel, to serve other people, to lower ourselves, to find their need, to meet their need. And so today, maybe you're thinking, maybe we should wash feet. I'd say, okay, maybe. But maybe the bigger question is, what needs to be done, and how can I serve people? How can I lower myself to become a servant leader, to take care of them? I hope you'll meditate about that with me today. Secondly, I hope you'll prepare to join us for a Good Friday service tomorrow night here in the sanctuary at 6 p.m. It's going to be a beautiful night where our two expressions of worship, our two worship encounters come together and we pursue the Lord together. I hope you'll join us for that. A little less than an hour-long worship experience, 6 o'clock Friday, and then, of course, celebration for Easter Sunday. We have our 9 o'clock and our 10:15 worship encounters. We hope you'll be making plans for that. We've been making some great preparations around here for Easter Sunday. You'll note this week when you get here that our facility, the sanctuary, and then the back building have been painted, and you'll see some other preparations. And we just want to say, hey, we're taking some of those steps we told you that we would take, really in preparations for you inviting your friends, your neighbors network, friends, family, to join us on Easter morning. So with that being said, I am just so looking forward to the last part of this Holy Week. I hope that you'll take some time to really meditate on that. We'll see you Good Friday. We'll see you Sunday morning, and we'll just celebrate the risen Lord together.